we are mildly interesting guys, and we talk about some stuff. So welcome to the podcast, we call it Joel the Podcast. It's Alex and it's Alex, here for Joel the Podcast. Hello everybody, I'm Alex.
And I'm Alex.
And this is our podcast,
Joel.
Welcome to episode 87, I believe, of Joel the Podcast. No?
Ooh, I kind of think this one's my fault. It's episode 88 because I have not yet posted episode 87.
Oh, well, it's not your fault. I never actually look at what's been recently posted. I just go off memory, so this one is on me.
Yep.
So, I guess I feel like that should be part of the Joel Elo rating. Joelo rating. So, bad job by me. Wow, this is really annoying having to prop my phone up like this. Wonder if I can get something else to prop it up.
In case you notice a difference in our audio recording technology, that's because we've spent the past 20 minutes or so. Is it really only? Surely it's been more than that.
Well, I first called you at 8. And it's now 8:40, and you didn't call me back immediately, but not too long after.
No, it was 10 after at most, I think.
We've been talking for just normally without having trying to fix it anymore for about wow, this is really annoying.
Well, the point is that your audio was messed up, and we've fixed it now, but we fixed it in a different way than we would usually record. So if it sounds different, you can blame Alex's laptop or maybe Alex's headphones for being dumb.
Yeah, mostly blame my laptop, I think.
Yeah, go ahead and send us an email if it sounds bad, and Alex will throw away his laptop and get a better one.
We did test it out beforehand, and I think it sounds pretty okay. So hopefully, it won't be too bad.
Yeah, for your sake of buying a new laptop, let's hope so.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to start the podcast off by reminding everyone that Nathan does not owe me $1.
And Alex does not owe me $1. However, that will soon change. Or maybe not, I suppose. There's still a chance it won't change. But we were evaluating some more bets. So while neither of us owes the other $1, you want to give a quick summary of what's happened?
Yeah, so we were able to resolve I think 4 more bets, or maybe 5 more bets. One of them was a tie again, as most of them are. But Nathan has won the closest to the sum of seeds of the Final Four teams, since it was pretty high with UCLA being in the Final Four, and I had picked the lower sum. And I won the one for most correct Final Four teams with 2, Gonzaga and Baylor. And I also won. I have clinched best bracket score according to ESPN, winning by 50 points. And both of our brackets have our champion already lost, so they can't go up anymore.
Right.
And also I have clinched the biggest single game bet gain. That's a mouthful. By betting $193.18 that Gonzaga would beat the 9.5 point spread against USC, which they obliterated.
Right.
So as a result, I'm 2 bets, aka $2, ahead of Nathan in our March Madness bets, with 2 bets left to be resolved. The closest final score for the championship, which we have a 1-point difference in our predicted final scores, meaning that if the losing team in the championship tonight scores more than 85 or more, then Nathan will win that bet, and if they score 84 or less, I'll win that bet. And then the final one is who made the most money from their bets, and I basically was losing. I knew I was losing, so I placed a large bet on Baylor to win this game. And so if Baylor wins, I'll win that bet, and if they lose, then Nathan will win that bet. So it's possible that after all of these 13 different bets, that no one owes the other person $1, which would be really sad, but appropriate.
We tried very hard and then just flopped.
But ideally, Nathan will owe me $4 by tomorrow. So
yeah, that outcome is still on the table. We'll see, and you will all find out next week.
Indeed. Okay, so let's do our sports minute. I guess I can't really show you my phone's 1-minute timer.
I can set a 1-minute timer this time.
I'm Skyping you on my phone. So why don't you set a 1-minute timer? Yeah, that's a good idea. So a few things happening in sports this week, so I'm sure all listeners will be excited to hear.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm so ready, yes.
Here we go.
Okay, so first of all, as we kind of alluded to, the Elite Eight and Final Four games have happened since our last, Elite Eight and Final Four games have happened since our last episode. And of note, UCLA made it to the Final Four, the first double-digit seed to do so. And they took Gonzaga to overtime in the Final Four, and Gonzaga won it on a buzzer beater as overtime. The first overtime expired. It was really, really exciting game. And we end up with despite all the chaos in the tournament, we end up with the number 1 and number 2 overall seeded teams in the championship. And also baseball started this past week. So we already have had some games canceled or postponed due to COVID, so that's off to a great start.
And you just talked about sports for a full minute.
As always. I guess sometimes you help.
Sometimes I talk about sports a bit too. That's all right. We'll get them next week.
So one of these days, you'll just have to do the sports minute.
I just pay attention to, the sports that I pay attention to are a subset of the sports that you pay attention to.
That's true.
So you're qualified to talk about all the sports.
Yeah, but the thing is, I talked about the basketball for 45 of the seconds of the minute, and you could have said everything that I said there. So
true. I'll just take the next one. How about that?
Sounds good.
I'll watch some exotic sports this week and be prepared to talk for 60 seconds about something sports related.
So we last week we took a look at our videos that we've posted recently, and
but wait, we got an email.
Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't say that then. Let's hear the email.
All right, this email comes to us from Ben. Thanks, Ben, for reaching out again. It's been a little while, I think.
Thank you, Ben.
The subject line of Ben's email is "I'm a dumbass." So
thank you, Ben.
Ben says, "WTF does your subreddit require permission to post in? Fascist scum, let me post." Which is a great email.
Well, it's a good email.
Sure. I don't know what to say about this. I didn't create the subreddit.
So I don't believe that either of us have any control over the subreddit, right?
No, we don't.
I'm just going to the subreddit right now.
I assume we don't.
So let's see. Yeah. David is the only moderator. So David, maybe let Ben post in our subreddit. And
let everyone post in our subreddit. Why is it restricted?
I don't know.
Strange. And what is this Joel the Podcast Lounge? It's live, whatever that means.
I guess it's just like a chat, basically. So, anyway, let us post in our subreddit. And also, Ben told me that what he wanted to post.
Yeah.
And it's a photoshopped. It's our cover photo, but
Uh-huh.
poorly photoshopped mustaches on us. So
I'm really excited for that. So
yeah, I'm upset that I haven't seen this yet.
all
So
right,
get on this, David. Nathan, you're gonna have to post this episode as soon as possible.
absolutely, yeah, I will. The real trouble is the last episode we wanted to edit in those air horn bits,
Right.
and so it was like more than the absolute minimum amount of
Right.
effort to put together. So I haven't done that yet.
I forgot about that.
But I can do that right after we record, and I'll get those rolling. I'm excited for this mustache picture.
All right. Right. So okay. I assume that was it for emails.
Yeah, that's it for emails. That's all we got.
All right. So, as I was saying last week, we were looking at our content that we've created recently, and being the creative geniuses that we are, we were like, we haven't made a Joel the Game video in a hot second. So, welcome to another episode of Joel the Game.
Yep.
The new and improved game, obviously. So, I guess let's just get right into it. Probably should have thought about this beforehand, but we should create another, or we have.
Oh, I
like
forgot.
the
It's
score.
got that whole spreadsheet now.
Yeah. I forget where it is.
I just went to recent and it was in there. I don't know if the same would be true for you.
No, it's in our podcast notes
I'll
folder.
just duplicate this sheet.
Wait, there's. Oh yeah, that's fine.
And
I
then
was
I'll
gonna
call
say-
it episode 88.
Okay. Probably a better idea. So, I guess I went first last game, so you should go first this game.
All right. I forget what that means. So I pick a point selection, right?
Can you undelete the turn player list? Thank you.
Oh, right. That should stay. But it should be the opposite.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So, and we should probably delete the score and the winner and the modifier. All of
And
that.
we need to refill the point selections here. So it looks like yours is already refilled. Just gonna.
Must have Control Z'd too many times.
Okay. So
Any
as
decent podcast would have edited this out, but
we are not a decent podcast.
we're not a decent podcast. Here we go.
What are these numbers?
One of them is a random number because one of the modifiers is something about random numbers, and the other one.
They're the same. No, they're
Is also a
indexes
random
into. I don't remember if they're indexes or. How do you get them
Oh, so this is a random selection from your list, and this is
Yeah.
a random selection from my list.
that's what it is.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I remember because I was like, this is a complicated formula, and I remember writing it, but I don't remember
Right.
what it does.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's begin. I have the game pulled up here. So I guess you pick the card that indicates the game.
Okay. And we'll play for. Oh wait, I'm supposed to pick the card first, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the-
And then you pick the points.
This is so complicated. All right. 10.
10 gives us quick memorize.
Ooh, quick memorize. All right, I'm gonna stick with my original choice there. We're gonna play for 10 points on the quick memorize game. We should have some kind of drop down in these cells, but that's a task for another time. Let's go to this link. And let's go to no, wait, we go to Shakespeare, right? I guess we don't have to.
Though the game's sheet document has Project Gutenberg linked to Journey to the Center of the Earth. And
Let's
since
go
I'm
to
not
chapter 4 of Journey to the Center of the Earth.
okay, so is chapter 4 counted as part of it?
So we'll go chapter 4. We start on the journey, and then the text begins, and we're going to start with the text.
Okay, so not the chapter name and title, and not the header of the chapter.
Correct.
Just the actual text. All right, so I am tabbed away.
As am I.
So why don't you get your 10-second timer out, since, again, phone troubles.
I'm responsible for all this nonsense now.
Yeah, it's so much effort.
It truly is. All right, I am ready with the timer. If you are ready to quick memorize, here we go.
Yep, ready.
You ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1, go. That's time.
All right. So I guess you go first.
You
See
the
whole
island.
Right, so I know it's either, well, I guess I shouldn't say any additional information in case I get it right, so I don't help you. Is
Composed
of
volcanoes.
said
The
professor
and
remark
carefully
that
the
I don't think it's the
Ugh,
I
that
don't
was where
actually
I
know,
stopped
honestly.
memorizing. Here
That
we go.
day. Yeah,
That
I didn't know
day.
what the next
Oh,
word
man.
is, so I thought my best bet was just to call you out and see if you were right. Oops.
That was where I started. I thought I was going to be so clever and like just memorize a couple of extra words beyond the first sensible break to stop memorizing. I don't know what
Uh-huh.
your strategy is, but I typically take like the first phrase and make sure I know it. And then previously, that's all I would do because in the
'Cause I
past
sucked.
that's been enough. But now I thought, I'll just and remark carefully. I'll just remember that as well.
Yeah, so what I did is I read the whole first, like, you see the whole lines composed of states to the professor and mark carefully if they're all by the name of Yo Cool, and then I went back and read the first thing to make sure I had it, because the first thing is always where I mess up, and I
Right.
just barely didn't this time, honestly.
we got to word 6. I was thinking, I'm good here.
Because I couldn't remember if it was the whole island is composed of volcanoes, or is like the whole island complex, or something like that.
Yeah,
but okay, but so that is a win for me. And
Phew!
I probably shouldn't just put the word winner in the winner column. And here is the modifier.
The modifier is the 7 of clubs.
7 of clubs is plus 5 points to random.
Okay, so we flip a coin or something, right?
Why don't you just draw a card, and if it's red, I get the 5 points, and if it's black, you get the 5 points. It's red.
Darn.
I forgot what I said.
It was you. If it was red.
All right. That's very very sportsmanlike of you to admit. So we'll put plus 5 random in parentheses Alex. No, it really thinks that this is some kind of formula.
You used a plus, so clearly it's a formula.
And so that puts me at 15 total. And you at 0. And we move on to the next game, which is
King. Let's see how this is going.
Alex's choice. So let me look at the games again. Let's go with a classic Price is Right, but not Prices.
Ooh, good game.
So let's put this in here. Price is Right. And will play for 5 points this round.
All right. And what are we pricing?
And let's price. What should we price? What's a good thing to price? Total in gallons the total amount of Coca-Cola that was consumed in the United States in 2020. Or if we can't find that data 2019, which we surely can find.
Sure.
So I guess I don't have anything to write it down on. I'll just put it on the second page of the document and don't look at it.
All right, I'm not even on that tab, so you're safe. Let's see. The total amount in gallons. See, well, the good news is it's probably pretty consistent every year. But the bad news is that doesn't help at all. Let's see. I also probably shouldn't say too much of my thought process out loud since you are also listening.
Save it, and then say your thought process afterwards.
Right.
All right, I've made my guess.
Oh, what does this come out to be?
I'm looking up the answer now.
Okay. Alright, I have my answer as well. So, you have a...
Apparently this is not actually that easy to find the answer to.
Can you find, like, the number of bottles sold and we can convert?
That's probably possible.
How many bottles of Coke are sold each year? I need just in America, right?
Yes. Let's tell U.S. Coca-Cola sales. 2020. Okay, this is an amount of money. Coca-Cola sales, number of bottles.
On coca-cola.co.uk, I found that more than 1.9 billion servings of our drink are enjoyed in more than 200 countries each day.
That's not very helpful.
Sales volume 2001 through 2017. Sales in U.S. No. Sales in U.S. dollars. Wait. Here we go. Sales in U.S. represent around 19% of the total worldwide sales.
Ah, found it. This is the number of cases sold.
Okay, and a case, I assume, is...
Wow, I am not even close. Holy shit. Let's see. So... what is a case?
One unit case represents approximately 5.678 liters, or 24 servings of 8 U.S. ounces.
How many gallons?
8 ounces is... 8 ounces is a cup, right?
You said 5.56 liters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is 1.468 gallons.
So it's probably 1.5 gallons per case.
I'm going to use the exact number that I just converted times the I'm just going to get the exact number before I say anything. That's a lot of zeros. All right, so it looks like they sold, and we'll just use this number, 44.5 billion gallons of Coca-Cola in 2019.
Wow. And that's in the U.S.?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So what I had found before was that the U.S. sales were about 20% of total worldwide sales.
It doesn't specifically say U.S., which makes me think it's probably worldwide. So if we multiply this by 20%, we get 8.9 billion gallons.
All right.
So, wow. Okay, so my guess was 750,000 gallons.
Oof. All right, and I guess 2 billion. So
Wow. You are easily the closest.
not crazy far off, actually.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh.
Okay, so back to this spreadsheet. Nathan is the winner. Modifier, give us the modifier, Nathan. It is the 4 of diamonds, which is plus 5 points to loser. Thank you very much.
Darn.
So that puts me at 20, and you at 5.
Don't you dare. Stop it. What did
You
you
have
do
to
to
use
get it to...
single quote is the first character.
That's ridiculous. Alright. Anyway, I'm back up, so...
20 to 5.
Here's our
Game
next
is
game.
Queen. Nathan's choice.
Ooh, excellent. Let's do... so if I pick guess the movie, we both do a guess thing, right? That's what we decided?
I honestly don't remember, Yeah. That
Let's-
sounds fine.
Let's say that's how it works.
Yep.
So let's do guess the movie.
All right. Let's see. What's a good movie to do here? All right. I have a movie here. Do you have a movie?
I do.
Okay, so do we do this at the same time, or I give you all the clues until you get mine, and then you give me yours, or what do you think?
No, we just took turns.
All right. So, do you want to guess first or give clues first?
I will give clues first.
All right. What is the genre?
The genre is...
Wikipedia. If you have the Wikipedia page open, it'll just say movie title is a year, and then it'll say, like, for example, the movie title is a 2000, Western film.
The genre is science fiction action.
Science fiction. Is it let's see, it's probably like some space movie.
I'm gonna be really mad if you get this on your first guess.
Is it Interstellar?
Unbelievably, it is not.
Okay. What year did it come out?
2012.
2012. Okay, that was before Interstellar. Wonder if is it Gravity?
It was not Gravity.
Who are the top 2 actors?
Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson.
Aha. So it's clearly one of the Hunger Games.
Which one?
Yeah, which one? There's 4 of them. So
I should also note that question does not imply that it is in fact one of the Hunger Games
okay,
movies.
it's clearly
But-
one of the Hunger Games movies. Josh Hutcherson is in it. So let's see. I was in middle school, I think, when I read The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
This is probably near the beginning, so it's probably one of the first 2, so let's go with the first one, which is called The Hunger Games, right? The Hunger Games.
That is what it's called, and that is correct.
Excellent.
So,
right.
done in only 3 guesses. Let's see if I can beat that.
All right, well, amazingly enough, This movie is a science fiction action film.
Excellent. Is it The Hunger Games?
It is not The Hunger Games.
Okay. All right.
All right. This movie came out in 2014.
So it could be one of the later Hunger Games movies. Or it could be something different. What came out in 2014? Surely not Interstellar or Gravity, because you wouldn't have guessed those if it was a different year. It's plausible that the next movie came out 2 years later. Although it totally could have been like the third one, or maybe even the fourth one. Let's see. The third and the fourth Hunger Games movies are just Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2, I think. So I'm going to guess The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1?
That is not correct.
Okay. Who are
The top two actors in this movie are Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Ooh, okay, so it's not The Hunger Games. So that makes sense. Is it, let's see, Tom Cruise makes me think Mission Impossible. Is Emily Blunt in Mission Impossible movies? I honestly don't really know. And surely it's not just called Mission Impossible. There must be some other subtitle to it. Which I don't necessarily know. Let me think. I think there's one called Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head, so that's going to be my guess.
It is not Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, although that movie did come out in 2011, so fairly close to this. But with that incorrect guess, you do lose. Do you want to keep guessing, or you want to just tell you what it is?
If it's a Mission Impossible movie, you should just tell me.
It's not a Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, really? Okay, well, in that case, I'll keep guessing. It could potentially be interesting.
Let's see. This is setting. This movie takes place on Earth in the year 2020, I think. Looks like, according to the Wikipedia page. So keep in mind, it came out in 2014, but it takes place in 2020.
Right, so what sort of near future movies were coming out back then? Give me a general movie fact.
Movie fact, aliens have invaded in this movie.
Oh, what's this called?
If you just describe the movie, that'll be good enough.
Is it The Edge of Tomorrow?
That is correct.
Alright. Good movie, by the way.
Yeah, I just rewatched it recently. Great movie. Nice. I love time loop movies. Alright. So, that is another win for Alex. Guess we didn't enter any... you forgot to pick how much this was for.
Oh, oof. Well, I probably would have picked 5.
5? And the game was guess the movie. Alright, so the modifier is...
The Jack of Clubs, which probably is plus points to random, right?
No, it is random point selection.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's not worth 5 points anymore. It's worth. So we're picking from yours, right? So I'm going to type.
So should I put the 5 back?
Yeah, just put the 5 back, and then when I type this letter into this place and press enter, it'll randomly generate.
Right.
And we'll see what it is.
Okay.
10.
Oh, ouch.
All right.
Wait a minute.
So it's now worth 10 points. I typed 10 in again, so it regenerated, but it was 10 when I first. Yeah.
I think it generates. So like right now, without typing anything else, my 2 random numbers are 7 and 1.
Oh, mine are 5 and 5. That's
Okay,
hilarious.
I think the randomization is client side, which is fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but
So do you?
I suppose
What was it on your side?
on my side it was 15. So
Oh, okay. Uh, well, I suppose we'll have mercy and make it 10.
yeah.
Um,
From here on out, we need a deterministic way then to set it, and I think
um,
it's
we'll just say that whoever's turn it is, whatever they see, that's what
right.
it is.
Sounds good.
So that brings me up to 30.
And I need to
And you
remove
remain
another
at 5.
10, right?
Yes. All right. So it is now my turn, and so the game we will play is
6, which I think is Guess the Movie again.
nice.
All right.
All right. Close some tabs here. Let's see. What is a good movie that you will definitely know? That I can... But it won't be obvious. Okay. I have a movie.
I have a movie as well. So would you like to guess or give clues first?
I will give clues first, just so we can reverse it up from last time.
All right.
The genre of this movie is computer animated comedy, according to Wikipedia.
All right. Sounds good.
What is your guess?
My guess is Finding Nemo.
That is not correct.
Guess that's probably not that much of a comedy.
Year 2010.
2010. Good year for computer animated comedies. Is it, I have no idea what came out in 2010. Is it Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
It is not, but that's probably a good guess.
Okay.
Top 2 actors are, let's see, Tom Hanks, Tim Allen.
Ooh, is this, 2010. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. I was gonna guess one of the Toy Story movies, but I don't think that timeline lines up. Or does it? Am I thinking of Toy Story 3 coming out in college? Is it Toy Story 3?
It is Toy Story 3. Congratulations.
Oh, excellent.
Well done.
Why did I think that came out like 5 years ago at most?
Probably because Toy Story 4 came out while we were in college.
Huh. I could have sworn I remembered like seeing Toy Story 3 in theaters with like you guys. But
let's see. Well, we clearly didn't. Let's see when Toy Story 4 came out. 2019. Yeah. I don't feel like we saw that in theaters either.
I don't
Summer 2019. We graduated. So I guess I don't know what you're thinking about.
It's a mystery.
Okay. So that brings us to your movie. So give me the genre.
The genre is a fantasy comedy film.
Okay, that makes me think of Jumanji, the most recent, or the one with The Rock, but the first one of the two.
Right, that's a good guess, but no.
Okay, give me the year.
The year is 2006.
Oh, man. Okay, fantasy comedy from 2006. Okay, this is going to be tough until I get more information. Fantasy comedy. That's a weird combination. You didn't say it was animated, which makes it a little bit more narrow. Fantasy comedy. Comedy. What's a funny fantasy movie? Fantasy is like dragons and stuff. Makes me think of Shrek, honestly. Shrek.
It is not Shrek.
Okay. Give me the actors. Top 2 actors.
The top 2 actors on this list are Ben Stiller and Carla Gugino.
Okay, Ben Stiller. Makes me think of Night at the Museum, which probably fits. Night at the Museum.
It is Night at the Museum. So...
Okay, well, I guess we tied.
No, I didn't get any actors, did I? Oh, I did.
You did.
Never mind.
Tom Hanks, Tim Allen.
I was so excited because I got it so early, but really it wasn't that early. It was just the normal place to get it.
Yeah.
But previously I hadn't won. Alright, so... Also, we forgot to pick points again. So...
Well, I guess since no one's won yet, I can pick points. Let's make this one worth 8 points.
8 points. And what exactly do we do in the event of a tie? Is that specified anywhere?
Doesn't look like it is.
Do we just try again?
I'm down with that.
I
think this game is pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, I got to think of something harder than Toy Story 3 this time. Am I allowed to look up a list of movies? That seems like it's probably cheating.
Oh, that's what I've been doing all along. You should probably start doing that. Yeah.
I'll do that then.
I don't I haven't looked up movies. The past couple searches have been I want my answer to the year to be this year, so I looked up movies from 2012.
Right.
And I wanted my, the actors. I want to pick this actor that I could think of a handful of movies, but probably not off the top of my head to try and make it a little bit more challenging.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I don't like this year. Let's go to a different year. Let's go to a different year. Gotta be one you know. Okay, here's a good one. I got one.
I've got one as well.
All right. Let's see. Let's say, why don't you go first this time as we alternate?
Fair enough. The genre of this movie is horror.
Okay, is it The Shining?
It is not.
Okay, that was a long shot.
Alright, the year, that comes next, right?
Yep.
The year is 2018.
2018, horror movie that came out in 2018. It Chapter 2.
Incorrect. The top 2 actors in this movie are Emily Blunt and John Krasinski.
Aha, okay. So it came out in 2018, is that what you said?
Correct.
So it's either A Quiet Place or A Quiet Place 2. I think it's probably A Quiet Place, so A Quiet Place.
Correct. I didn't know there was A Quiet Place 2.
Yeah, I don't know if it's out. Maybe it never came out yet, but there definitely will be if there isn't already. Okay, well we may end up with another tie because I think you will get this one. This is a musical drama.
Musical drama. Is it? What are those called? It could be High School Musical, but I'm thinking of the other one with I think Anna Kendrick maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Which is called. What's that called? Oh crap! What's that called? I can't remember what that series is called.
Maybe we'll jog your memory if you tell us a little more about it. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but maybe the listeners don't.
Yeah, it's a if I had to describe the genre, I would say it's a musical drama of sorts.
Right.
And it's like an a cappella competition.
Right.
And it's called something to do with a cappella, and it's I feel like it's got a one-word title.
It has a two-word title.
A two-word title? Okay, that's helpful to know. And there were 3 or 4 of them, maybe? Oh, is it called Perfect Pitch? Pitch
It's called.
Perfect.
There
It's
you
called
go.
Pitch Perfect, and I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess the first one, Pitch Perfect.
It is
One.
not that.
Darn. Okay.
Okay. What year did this come out? 2017.
2017. So it could be. I honestly have no idea when the Pitch Perfect movies came out. I suppose it could be Pitch Perfect 2. And 2017 means it's definitely not High School Musical, so I might as well just guess Pitch Perfect 2.
It is not.
Okay.
Okay. The actors are top two: Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron. Oh, musical drama. Oh, is this the Les Mis movie?
No.
No?
With
Wait a
that
minute.
guess you lose. But if you want to keep
Hugh
going,
Jackman. What am I thinking of? He's in that movie, right?
yeah.
Oh,
he
and
is.
Russell Crowe.
Yes.
is in-
Zac Efron is not in that movie.
Okay.
Let's
Gone.
see. I'm trying to figure out what time this movie takes place.
Jackman. Another musical with Hugh Jackman in it? How many Hugh Jackman dramas are there?
Okay, this takes place in the 1800s, I think, and it takes
Okay.
place on Earth. Probably in the United States.
Is this the No, that was Johnny Depp, wasn't it? In I don't even know what that's called either. It's the one where he's a barber.
He's not a barber in this one.
No, because that's the Johnny Depp one.
You're talking about like Edward Scissorhands? Or, no, you're talking about
That's
Sweeney
not-
Todd.
Sweeney Todd is the title, yeah.
I
All
think
right,
this also takes place in the UK, maybe. Anyway, the general movie fact. This is based on a real life person. The main character, played by Hugh Jackman, is based on a real life person. And the music from this movie was extremely well known and famous. General plot points. I have never actually seen this movie. Let's see. Main character opens a museum after losing his job as a clerk, a shipping clerk.
Okay.
And
it's the P.T. Barnum, The Greatest Showman. Is
There
what that's
you
called,
go.
Right?
The Greatest Showman.
The
Congratulations.
Greatest Showman. All right.
I'm surprised it took you that long after I gave you Hugh Jackman, but once again, Alex is the winner. This is looking quite familiar. Let's see what the modifier is.
The modifier is hopefully in my favor.
10 of spades. I believe that's nothing.
It's probably nothing.
It is nothing. So that brings me up to 38, and you remain at 5.
Ouch.
All right. It is now your turn. I feel like this looks worse than it is because two of them have been the same game, which I won each time. So it's like, aside from that game, it's 1-1, 1 game to 1. So
Sure.
there's still hope. So show us the game.
Suppose so. Here is the game.
It is a 10. Quick memorize again.
A lot of
We are
variety
really
in this match.
all right. Before we do this, pick a point value.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna go for. Oh man, I really don't want to. I want to pick a big one and then just force myself to memorize better.
Right.
But I also don't want to pick a big one and then lose.
That's the problem with picking a big one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with 15.
Okay. And do you want to just stick with? Wow, I already closed the Project Gutenberg link, but do you want to stick with
same.
A Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Let's stick with it and let's go to chapter 17. And
All
once
right.
again, starting without the chapter title or
Yep.
header and such.
All right, ready when you are.
Oh, I gotta pull up a 10-second
Oh my
timer.
gosh,
again.
your
This
life
sucks.
is so hard.
It really is. All right. 10 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Close
Your
the
turn,
tab.
so you
That was
start.
dumb. In
Truth.
our...
I don't think that's right.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, it's not.
It's wrong. I suck.
All right, I almost feel bad typing my name here again, and the modifier is
The 9 of spades, which is nothing.
nice. So that brings me up to 53.
What a horrific choke job this is.
Okay, let's
What's the
move on to
game?
the next game, which is
10 again.
all right. Let's go. I guess this is a good game for me, so let's go with 10 points.
All right.
And let's go back to the same thing and go to chapter 11.
Okay. Once again, I'm forced to set a time.
I mean, hopefully you still had it up.
I had to unlock my phone, then, so
That's a
still
tragedy.
a tragic incident.
All right.
And here we go again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow, that was not a good job by me. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Stapy,
Is
a
town
consisting
of
30.
huts.
Okay, yes, that's correct. And the next word is built
On
a
plain.
yeah, I don't know what the next word is. Nearby, maybe?
That is definitely incorrect.
Oh, you got it wrong, but you were right that plain of lava. Yeah, I knew it was something
On a
something
large
about.
plain of lava.
Yeah.
But you
All
didn't
right.
call me out.
I did not call you out, so you are the winner. The
Hooray.
modifier. Congratulations. The modifier is. Give us the modifier.
The modifier is...
5 of spades, which again is nothing.
I keep my points.
All right, so congratulations. I remain at 53, and you go up to
Nice.
15.
Triple my points.
All right, now you're on fire. You're sure to come back. Let's see the next game.
I'm on a massive winning streak that brings me to your initial points.
It is a 2, which is 10 questions, but with some starter facts.
All right.
So first of all, how many points do you think this should be worth?
I'm going to go conservative here. This is only worth 3 points.
3 points. And so you're the guesser.
Right.
And so you come up with the category and narrow it down. Is that how it works, or do I come up with that?
No, that's I come up with a category to narrow it down.
All right.
Let's say that this is a food.
Okay.
And it is a something that is considered vegetarian.
Okay. That's probably near if you want to have like a very small additional. Actually, that's probably. Well, there's a lot of vegetarian foods. If you want to have one more thing that's not too restrictive, that would probably be okay.
Yeah, let's say that it is like a side dish as opposed to a...
I think that may be too restrictive because you're implicitly making it a dish.
Okay.
Like this, like right now, it can be anything from like a mushroom to
Right.
like a pizza, which are just like, very different types of foods, I guess. So when you say side dish, that actually narrows it down quite a bit because neither of those fall into side dish.
Sure.
So,
all right.
And-
I don't. Unless you have a good idea of a next step, then I think I'll just leave it at.
I don't have anything in
vegetarian
mind.
food.
So, all right, vegetarian food. Let me think of something. Here we go. I'm gonna think of it in a minute.
Pizza tea.
Okay, I got it. Wait.
All right.
Wait. All right, I'm gonna make it a little bit more generic, but I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see. Is this a fruit or vegetable?
No, that's one question.
Right. Is this conceivably a meal on its own?
No, but I can make a joke like if you're motivated enough. But no, it's not. It's not. It wouldn't be considered a meal on its own. That's two questions.
Okay. Is it a combination of multiple ingredients?
Yes, that's three questions.
Is it a... It's not a meal on its own, but do you commonly eat it by itself as opposed to... That's a dumb question. Don't answer that question.
Okay.
I don't know how I was gonna phrase it, and then I was gonna try and use some very dumb words. We'll just ignore that. Let's see. What questions do I even want to ask? We know that it is a combination of multiple ingredients that you would not consider a meal, and also slightly redundant information at this point is that it is not a fruit or vegetable.
Yes.
So, is this typically associated with a specific meal?
I mean, there's quite a bit of overlap between meals, I would say.
But it's not something like a pancake where you would say that's breakfast food,
right. It's not.
Obviously it's not this, but a steak, which is distinctly not a breakfast food.
Right. I would say you would not necessarily associate this with a single meal.
Okay. Really, that was just I was trying to rule out breakfast foods without asking specifically about breakfast. I thought I could maybe get a bit more information, but.
Well, it worked.
It's difficult.
I think you definitely ruled out breakfast foods.
I ruled out breakfast foods. Let's see. So it's not a breakfast food. It is made of multiple ingredients. And is it a... like food group wise, is it a... Does it consist of dairy products?
What do you mean, does it consist of dairy products?
Does it contain dairy products? That's what I actually mean.
Generally, yes. Not every single type of this has dairy products in it, but generally it does.
Generally it does. Okay. So that could mean that it commonly has cheese on it. Or...
So that's is that 4 questions or 5 questions?
Let's see. I think that's 5.
That's 5
because I asked
questions,
about fruit or vegetable. I asked about meal. I asked about multiple ingredients. I asked about dairy.
And you asked about whether it's a specific meal.
I said meal already, but there was definitely a 5th question.
The 5th question is it associated with a specific meal?
Oh, the 5th question was... Oh, I see where the confusion is. I was considering that the meal question, but there was also the is it a meal question.
Is it a meal in and of itself?
Which is
yes.
probably more appropriately the meal question.
Yes.
So, okay. I I feel like I'm not narrowing this down as quickly as I would like, but I don't know what more effective questions to ask. Is it commonly associated with any particular, like, nationality of food? Like, is this an Italian dish or a American dish?
I'm not aware of any specific nationality associated with this food.
Okay. So it's probably some sort of, like, fairly generic...
So that's 6 questions.
Yeah, like baked potato or something. Or maybe it's a kind of soup. Is it a kind of soup?
It is not a kind of soup.
Okay.
That's 7 questions.
I feel like that was maybe a fairly important question to ask that maybe I could have phrased a bit better to give more information, but you know. Let's see, what other vegetarian foods are there? It could be some kind of pasta dish. Although most pasta dishes, I guess I would consider being meals on their own for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if it consists of multiple ingredients, like, yeah, I guess pasta consists of multiple ingredients by itself. I don't know. Let's see. Could also just be like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something.
Right.
This is where, for comic relief, I would ask if it was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'll give you a freebie. It's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Appreciated. Alright. But that could be a meal all by itself, so that would have been a really dumb question had you not given it to me as a freebie. So,
yes,
therefore,
well, it also would have been a dumb question because you're asking about a specific food without having a good reason to think that, so...
Right, yeah.
So just to clarify, it's not like a gray area whether this thing would be a meal on its own, and it's not a gray area whether this thing is made up of multiple ingredients. It definitely is not a meal on its own, and it definitely is made of multiple ingredients.
Right. That makes sense. So what sorts of things would be... Is this like a processed food? Like there's not really a recipe for it? It's like a, store-bought thing?
Right. Yeah, so I would say yes. It's generally a store-bought thing that, like a processed food. Although I guess you could probably find a recipe for how to make it, but yeah, 99% of the time you're just going to buy it in a store.
Okay.
So that's 8 questions, I believe.
I think you're right. That's pretty helpful information. Even though it doesn't narrow down much, I think it rules out a good deal of stuff.
Yeah, I honestly think your mindset was more in, like, things you would make, so I think this kind of maybe helps shift you closer to the actual item.
Right. Gets me in the right frame of mind for my last couple of all-important guesses here. So it's not a breakfast food. It's not really associated with any specific meal. It's definitely made up of multiple ingredients. It's definitely not a meal on its own. It could be something like chips or cookies or something like that. I assume you would have narrowed it down a bit more than just that. And sometimes, let's say frequently, but not always, it contains dairy products.
Yes.
So it's not something like ice cream or... It's not ice cream. We know that for a fact.
That's for sure.
That
definitely contains dairy all the time.
Definitely contains dairy. Would you consider this a sweet tasting thing as opposed to like not sweet?
Yes,
but
I
you know
would.
what I mean? You would? You would consider
I
it
would
sweet?
consider it sweet, so that is 9 questions.
All right. It's probably some kind of dessert thing. In fact, I would lean towards some kind of cookie, which has a chance of containing milk. Although you would definitely like make cookies, and you said like a much higher percentage of the time this would be a store-bought thing. Although it could be a type of cookie that's not like a chocolate chip cookie or whatever. It could be Oreos, or maybe like Thin Mints or something, where it's like a specific brand of cookie that you could conceivably make. It also could just not be cookies. I've kind of decided that it's a cookie at this point because I have to make some snap judgments because I'm running out of questions here.
Right.
Let's just let's see. And
I probably should have written down somewhere what this thing is, so you know I'm not just deciding what it is on the fly. But
I feel like I can trust you at least that
all
much.
right. I appreciate it. All right,
Yeah.
so you've got one question left, and then I guess you can guess after that.
All right. Is it? It's made of multiple ingredients, but is it like distinctly different? Are there distinct parts to it?
No.
No.
It's like
okay.
it's like a uniform thing.
Yeah. Okay. So
With that information,
with
what
that
do you think it
information,
is?
I can now decide of my random guesses, Oreo and Thin Mint, that it is certainly Thin Mint.
Okay, that's your guess?
Give me like 5 seconds just to try and think of anything that isn't a cookie that I might want to guess, but that's probably my guess.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All
Thin
right.
Mint it is?
Thin Mint it is.
All right, it is not a Thin Mint.
Darn.
It is chocolate. Like, Hershey's chocolate or something like that. So, unfortunately, you did not win this, but fortunately, it was only worth 3 points.
Right.
Unless the modifier changes that. Here's the modifier.
The modifier is the 3 of spades, so it certainly
That is-
does not change it.
Nothing again. So I'm up to 56. Whoops, 56p, 56 pence, I guess. Okay, so let's move on to the next game, which is...
You're not going to believe it,
Six
but
a
it's
fucking
6.
again.
All right. Let's
Let's try and do this a little bit faster since we're kind of running over time here.
Ooh, yeah, I just realized that. All right.
Let's go to a different year. So, let me think. Here we go. All right, I've got one. Do you have one?
I do.
All right. I think from alternation, it's now your turn to go first. So,
And by go first, do you mean give the...
give the clues first.
All right. So this movie has a genre of action thriller.
Oh, well, that is clearly A Good Day to Die Hard.
Clearly it is, except it's not.
Darn. I can't
Good
believe
guess.
there's another action thriller.
Can't believe that your first random guess was incorrect. This movie came out in... Hold on a minute. This is really interesting because it's the title of the Wikipedia page is movie title 2002 film, and then the first line of the article is movie title is a 2001 action thriller film.
Okay.
So clearly there's some
2001 or 2002 makes me think of
It was released in 2002. I don't know what the confusion is here.
Makes me think of Star Wars, but it's clearly not because that genre would not just be action thriller. My thought
like
after I said
assumption.
My thought after I said Good Day to Die Hard was John Wick, but that's way too early for John Wick. So is it Taken?
It is not Taken. Another good guess. The top two actors in this movie are Matt Damon and Franca Potente.
Okay, this has got to be a Jason Bourne movie. So is it Jason Bourne?
It is not Jason Bourne.
Okay, give me whatever the next thing is.
The setting is presumably Earth, and it's in ambiguous early 2000s. It's a realistic movie set,
I got it.
A few different countries.
I wonder if it's Jason Bourne and that's just not the name of the movie, or I really don't think that the second Jason Bourne movie would have. Oh yeah, that's not the name of the movie. The first movie's called like The Bourne Identity or something like that. I really don't remember the names of all the movies. So is it a possibility that it is the first Jason Bourne movie and I just got the name wrong? Is that a possibility at least? Or are you going to give me that it's not the first Jason Bourne movie?
It is actually The Bourne Identity.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and give that to you based on your
great,
fairly certain here. And I probably would have been a little more lenient with Jason Bourne, except that is a movie title of the most recent Jason Bourne movie.
Okay.
So.
Yep, that's fair enough. All right, so that was a good one. One of them's the third one's The Bourne Ultimatum, and the second one is The Bourne. I don't remember.
There's The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, The Bourne Ultimatum, The Bourne Legacy, and then in 2016, Jason Bourne.
All right, here we go. This is another science fiction action film.
Excellent. Is it, surely you wouldn't be bold enough to pick Gravity or Interstellar, having mentioned those already.
Surely not.
Unless this is your big brain play to just get me like, sure, maybe it stars Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, but you wouldn't have picked Gravity. Let's see. Another science fiction, whatever you said.
Action.
Is it, I forget if the movie is called Alien or Predator, but whichever one came first.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
This movie came out in 2010.
2010 again. Although for different reasons. Oh, in 2010, is it Inception?
It is. Nicely done.
I don't know why I have so imprinted on my mind that Inception came out in 2010, but there you go.
Well, actually, last year was the 10-year anniversary, obviously, and they had non-zero amount of publicity about that fact.
Yeah.
So maybe you were thinking of that.
Totally could be.
I forgot to pick the point value, so why don't we just go with the random one that I see. So I'm going to press D, and I see it's not updating. There we go. 5. Which seems reasonable.
All right. And our modifier is
7 of diamonds. which I don't have the sheet open, but it looks like that is plus 5 points to loser,
No.
as I need. I really needed that.
This has happened 2 out of the 3 times I've won. You just got the same amount of points that I got.
So that brings me up to 61.
And I am at 20 at long
All right.
last.
We're running way over. Nathan, give us the next game.
The next game is...
6 again. This is literally
nope.
unbelievable. Okay, it's not a 6 anymore. It is now a 9.
Nice.
Which is Family Feud, 3 wrong guesses to name 2 of the top 5 of the sum category. So, as the turn player, you are the guesser.
All right.
So, what category do you want to be guessing about? Or maybe I choose that.
Yeah, you should choose that. That seems
All
more
right.
fair.
So let's see. Top 5. What's a good top 5? Okay. So...
Before you say it, this is going to be worth 20 points.
All right, excellent. So, I know you are a tangential follower of sports.
Yep.
So this is going to be in 2019,
Okay.
the last regular, full season of the NBA. Name
Right.
2 of the top 5 point scorers in the NBA.
2 of the top 5 point scorers in 2019. That's a pretty good
Yes.
category.
Thank you.
It's presumably all of the... I was going to say all of the characters. All of the players are ones that I've heard of.
Right.
And it would make sense for, the good players to be the top scorers.
Right.
Let's see. James Harden.
James Harden is number 1 at 34.3 points per game.
Incredible. What a guy. Look at
All
him
right,
go.
so you only need one more, and you have 3 wrong guesses still.
3 wrong guesses still. All right. Steph?
Steph Curry is not in the top 5.
Okay.
I believe he was probably injured. Let's see. Steph.
Oh, crap, was he?
Yeah, I think he was injured that season.
Yeah, they were really bad. I forgot if he was playing or not. Okay. Let's see.
That's
Who
one wrong
else
guess.
Is good at basketball. I feel like the next go-to is LeBron.
LeBron James was 12th that year with 25.3 points per game. So that's
Wow,
2
there's a
wrong
lot of
guesses.
Really high scores in the NBA.
Yes.
All right, so I got number 1 right off
And
the
then
bat.
So you have 1 wrong guess left. So this is it.
This is it. I either get it or I don't. And in 2019, Giannis?
Giannis Antetokounmpo was number 5 in the NBA with 29.5 points per game. Well
All
done.
right.
Just edged in there.
Obliterated my last high score as long as this modifier does not screw me
It certainly
over.
will. Here we go. The modifier is...
The modifier is the 5 of clubs, which is plus 5 points to random.
All right,
So
so
I will
if
just
I-
enter in my F here,
if I
and I'll
draw
get a bonus 15 points.
if I draw a red card here, the 5 goes to me, and if I draw a black card, it goes to you.
Oh wait, I was totally thinking of the wrong thing. Plus 5
Okay.
to random.
Yeah, so the black card, so it goes to you. So
Oh, excellent. Plus 5 to random. Plus 5 to random. Nathan. So that bumps me up to 45.
and I remain at 61. So
All right,
now
so
we
I'm
got ourselves a game. 1
back
hour and
within
20 minutes into
striking
the
distance.
episode. Back to me. Here's the game.
Here we go. Ace. The ace is, of course, Wikipedia Hunt.
All right. And whose turn is it? It's my turn. So we need to get to the Wikipedia article for Nintendo Switch.
All right.
I have started on Lee Ellison, who was an English soccer player from Somewhere in England.
All right, I feel like we're going to have a fairly similar path to get there because I have drawn the Bishop of Grantham, who is a bishop in the Church of England.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, start. I'm headed
Alright,
to
so
the
we'll go
English
Church of
Football
England.
League. England.
Christian church, maybe?
I need to go to
Yeah, this already
Japan.
feels
It's really
wrong.
Asia?
East-West schism.
Aha. British Asian.
Oh, this really feels wrong already.
British
Go to
Japanese.
Roman Catholic Church. Pope Francis. Because he is from
Really feel like the word
Argentina.
Japan should be on here somewhere.
Argentina.
That I can
Atlantic
click.
Ocean,
Let's go with Japanese, the
Ocean.
language.
Pacific.
And
Sea of Japan.
Japan.
Japanese archipelago. Japan.
Okay, Nintendo isn't on the page. So let's go with,
Video
let's see.
game.
Yes, video game. And,
Nintendo. Please be on here. Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo Switch. Hooray.
damn. Here it is, Nintendo Switch. Yep, congratulations. I forgot to pick a point value, as always, so we'll just go with what I randomly get here. Looks like 5,
Okay.
again. So, this was,
Ooh.
modifier is, give us the modifier. King of clubs, that is plus 10 to winner. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. So I still am at 61, and I believe still in first by a single point.
Yeah, this is
this
really
is-
heating up.
This is, alright, Nathan, your turn, give us the game.
All right, here is the game.
10 questions. Once again, you're the guesser, so
Once
give
again,
me
I'm
some,
the guesser.
give me a category.
Once again, I'm sticking with a 3-point
Smart.
thing. I'm not feeling too confident about 10 questions. But let's go with a book. Let's go with a fiction book.
Okay. Let's see. I think it's narrow enough since I have to pick one that I know you know about.
Yeah.
That would be too obvious. Fiction book. Fiction book. Fiction book. Fiction book. Okay, I have an idea. I know you know about this book.
Maybe if you say fiction book a couple more times.
Fiction book. Fiction book. Fiction book. Fiction book. All right, whatever. I have it.
All right, is this fiction book part of a series?
Yes, that's one.
Does the fiction book feature a male main character?
Yes, it does, and I'm sure that narrows it down quite a bit. Well, probably does narrow it down to somewhat, but I think a lot of them. All right, whatever. It has a male main character. That's 2
Has
questions.
a male main character and is part of a series, and was the... Let's see, was the first book in the series written within the past 20 years?
Almost certainly yes, but I'm just going to look it up just to make sure.
Okay.
Uh, okay, when did it come out? There we go. Okay, yes, it was written in the last 20 years.
Okay. Is this a
That's 3 questions, right?
Yep, that's 3. Because it is now a series with a male main character written in the last 20 years. The first book was written in the last 20 years. Is it does the book feature any sort of fantasy elements as opposed to just like yes?
Yes, it does. That's 4 questions.
Yes, it does. All right, let's see. Is the main character less than 20 years old?
Yes, that is 5 questions.
All right, so we've got
and I'm almost certain you're going to get it at this point.
We've got a young male main character.
Good thing it's only worth 3 points.
With fantasy elements in this book series. Let's see. What else can I ask?
If I had thought a little bit longer, I could have picked a better one. Should have said fantasy book a few more times.
Let's see. Do we want to... How do we narrow this down further? Is the main character in school?
What do you mean in school?
Is there a part of the book in which they are a student of some sort?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Okay.
I'm like 99% sure that's a yes. I'm just gonna check the Wikipedia page to make sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, yes, for sure, 100% yes. Okay, so that's 6 questions, I believe?
That's 6 questions. So, we've got a school-age male main character in a series. Are there 4 or more books in the series?
Yes. That's
Okay.
7.
A long series. Let's see. I haven't heard anything so far that says it's not Harry Potter, but I feel like that's just the initial like go-to, you know, which
Right.
is why I would skip it.
It would also be a 5D chess play by me to be like, let me just make sure he's in school in the...
Yeah. So how tricky are you getting here? Let's see. What other questions can I ask? There are fantasy elements, so presumably some kind of like magic or something. Or maybe not specifically magic. What did I say? 4 or more books in the series?
That is what you said.
Okay. Let's see. Presumably there's some kind of like antagonist throughout the series, and the main character... I'm not asking these as questions because this just seems... I can't imagine how this would narrow things down for me if it was correct. And if it's wrong, then I'm just going to have no ideas anymore because...
We're literally at 1 hour 28 minutes, just to let you know.
Yeah, this is going to be a long episode because we're not, like, close to done either.
Yeah, hurry up.
Should we finish this and, like, suspend the game or something?
No. Well, let's finish this one and then we'll discuss what to do.
Okay. Is the author of this series well known for other books? Like, not necessarily have they written other books, but are they, like, also well known, you know?
This author has certainly written other books that did well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers. Does that answer your question? They've written other books that have done as probably similarly as well to this book.
Okay.
And books outside this series.
Yeah, I'd say that's
without
helpful.
looking up actual sales. Obviously,
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I would.
Yeah. So that
I would say that, for sure, this series is this author's most well-known piece of work. But they have written other things that have been successful.
Sure. Probably as most authors have, but I guess that kind of makes me think that it's not Harry Potter because, like, sure, there's been other J.K. Rowling books, but, like, it's not really a question as to whether Harry Potter was the most successful one.
Right.
Let's see. Are the...
is that 8 questions? Or is that 9 questions?
I kind of don't remember. I don't think it's 9.
What was that question you asked before that one?
Before that one, I asked about... Let's see, I asked about school, and then I asked about...
All right, I'm pretty sure we're at 8. So that's 8 questions. So you have 2 questions left.
Okay. Are there... I don't even... What do I do next?
If you're just thinking about a specific series, you should just guess that series at this point. I mean, keep in mind that this is a specific book, so you'll have to narrow it down beyond just a series. But
right, are you thinking of the first book in this respective series?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So you have 1 question left.
That's helpful. Is there... Let's see. Is the main fantasy aspect of this series like very specifically magic?
I would say that magic is involved, but it's not the primary focus.
Yeah, so this isn't, once again, I think this is another strike against the big brain Harry Potter play.
So that's your 10th question, I believe. So
yeah,
you got to make your guess now.
So what other series are there that this could be? With a young male main character. Came out recently. I am drawing a bit of a blank, probably because Harry Potter is so like dominant in this segment of fiction. Let's see. Now I'm thinking of what I've read recently. Oh, and is it The Lightning Thief?
Indeed it is. Congratulations for your 3 points.
For my 3 points. The most important 3 points of the game, pending this modifier.
Hold on. Yeah, don't answer your points just yet.
Because
the modifier is...
the 9 of hearts, which is round points gained to nearest 10.
Which is 0.
Which is 0. I worked so hard for that.
All right, I think it's actually a good move to suspend the game at this point. My family is certainly upstairs wondering how I could possibly be podcasting this long.
Alright, so tune in next week for the riveting conclusion.
The riveting conclusion of Joel the Game.
Yeah.
See if Ken Nathan pull the amazing come from behind victory, or do I remain dominant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure to send us some emails and stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
Let us
know what you thought about this episode. Was it way too long? Is this game moving too slowly?
Do we need more adjustments to the game? Maybe we should only play to 50 points or something?
I wouldn't adjust it just from this game, just because, we picked like 3 times guess the movie and 2 times 10 questions, which are both quite long games.
Right.
So if we're consistently taking a long time, then we would consider it. But I would say not just from this one. But anyway, let us know your thoughts. You can find our email at our website, alexandalex@joelthepodcast.github.io/Alex and alex@joelthepodcast.website/index.html. And the national championship game has started, so go Baylor,
right.
hopefully.
Excited.
That's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Alex.
I'm Alex.
And this has been Joel.